Absolutely.
Everyone can be rich?
Everyone can be rich.
Now it seems like we're in an infomercial. Everyone can be rich.
I'm not selling
Look at
any.
my home. This is my Rolls Royce.
There are no get-rich-quick schemes. That's just somebody else trying to get rich off of you. But yes, everybody can be rich.
The problem with work is we are limited by how much money we can make. Trading your time for money is fine, and earning a little bit extra doing overtime is cool. But do you know what's even cooler? Making money passively while you sleep. And it's for that reason, my friends, I want to share passive income ideas that can make you money whilst you sleep.
Show me the money.
Now for each of these, I want to explain the ways you can make money from it passively, but also address how easy it is and what exactly is required. And of course, if you have any questions, do drop them down below and I'll try and help you. So the first is property. Now I can show you dozens of ways to invest in property that can actually make you as close to passive income as I've ever seen. Now there's an obvious reason I put passive income in quote marks, which I'll explain in a few moments time. But generally speaking, one thing I think we're all aware of is that when it comes to property investing, it's definitely going to require the following three things: capital, time, and skills, at least to get started. And depending on how much you outsource and how much control you're willing to relinquish, there could be arguments made against it being 100% passive. Nonetheless, here is a list of ways you can make passive income from property if you start executing today. The first is obviously rental properties with management in place. Now, these can be commercial or residential, and although you'll still be responsible as a landlord for all the obligations, you can make property almost 100% passive if you have the right management in place. The second is loaning money. Now, you can loan money to investors or developers and get a return either monthly, quarterly, or yearly. I've done this in the past and it works. So reach out to your favorite investors or developers and see what options they have available for you. The third is joint ventures. You can profit split or equity share on projects too. The fourth is REITs. Now I have done a video on this in the past and I'll link it in the description if you need. The fifth, Airbnb. You could list your property on Airbnb and generate income by renting it out by the day, week, or month. Now again, to make passive income, I'd recommend getting a team, which could include cleaners, handymen, management. Otherwise, it's going to be a full-grown business for yourself. Now, the obvious obstacles to property is the amount of money that you need in order to start. REITs or loan agreements are likely to give you a lower entry, at least to investing in property. But if you have money sitting in the bank doing nothing, you could also look at the other options to potentially make passive returns from it. Of course, it depends on your risk appetite and of course your resources. Number two, content creation. Now, I need you to stick with me here. I was the shyest kid at primary school and secondary school and probably university without the alcohol. And speaking about university, I actually failed communication skills. Yet I'm now online making money from the content that I create. It's nuts. And although it's not crazy amounts, it's still relatively passive once I've released the content out there. But there's so many ways you, my friends, can make cash via content creation. You can do YouTube, you can do TikTok, blogging, affiliate marketing, podcasting. The world really is your oyster when it comes to content creation. And I assure you, attention is the new currency. You've probably heard that a million times.
Like, how the hell do I get them to understand? Like, nothing is more valuable than attention. I literally value attention equal to oxygen.
So if you can hold attention, you can certainly make money. Now, in terms of difficulty, it really depends on how you can deliver, market, and present yourself within your chosen medium. If you're a strong writer, blogging may actually be your best route. But if you consider yourself great at marketing, you could consider short form or affiliate marketing. And if you can educate or entertain, maybe even better than myself, then of course, my friends, you could jump onto YouTube and that could be your thing. But as someone who constantly strives to being uncomfortable and growing outside my comfort zone, I really do encourage you guys to try and do the same. You may surprise yourself at how much money is available in this content game. P.S. This is a cheesy video I made a few years ago on my fitness channel.
Today's video is going to be going through these. So I'll say it's not actually me. What this company has done, who I have no idea who they are because they don't believe in any sort of branding. But what they've done is put together I'm not going to say ropeless because there's a rope here, but basically put this together.
And there's an affiliate link in the description, as you can see. And although it's not a lot, I still make some change from that each and every month. Now, in terms of what you need to start, it starts with what you're watching this video on. It could be your laptop or your PC or even your mobile phone, which is even easier. Don't worry about all that fancy stuff and don't sweat the small stuff. Number three, peer-to-peer lending. Now, essentially, peer-to-peer lending is also known as social lending or crowdfunding and is a form of online lending that connects a borrower directly with investors without the involvement of your traditional institutions like banks. In P2P, borrowers apply for loans through online platforms, which can then be matched with individuals who are willing to lend money to them. They can also include credit checking, underwriting, and servicing of the loan. Again, taking away that anxiety of the whole P2P scheme. But please note that with all these ideas, including this one, there is a risk associated to this. So please, my friends, make sure you do your due diligence before you jump into it. The fourth, online courses. Now, if you can create a good course that people are asking for, that genuinely can help move them from point A to B or however far they need to go in the journey, courses are definitely a great way to make passive income. Yes, the upfront energy and time required is a lot, but that's how it should be. You should be putting a lot of effort into these. And if you're great at something and you know there's an audience out there interested in consuming that who could then benefit from learning that, then you have the possibility, my friends, of creating an online resource that could help pay you whilst you sleep. And I know before anyone says courses get a bad rep, I often slate them too. Heck, I've spent £12,000 on courses and I shared all the info for free on here and shown how bad they were. So I'm not advocating that you just try and charge people as many thousands as you possibly can or create a shit course. But if you have something that can genuinely help someone navigate their way through a particular skill set, learning venture, or help them skip the small mistakes that perhaps you made on your journey in a particular field, then why not put it out there? You'll be surprised at how many you can sell. Now, you can, of course, load courses on places like LearnWorlds or Udemy or even Skillshare. There's loads of platforms out there, but obviously do your due diligence in relation to those. Now, how hard is it really to do this? Well, knowing something and teaching it don't always come hand in hand. So you may want to have some indication you can teach what you're trying to actually share. But more important than that, you need to have the time to, one, get it recorded, and two, to make sure you have the skills to articulate it for the end user. Remember, someone is buying into you as much as that course. So don't be the reason anyone ever says something bad about you after having a poor experience. Number 5, dividend investing. Now, dividend investing is a strategy that essentially involves investing in stocks that pay regular dividends to shareholders. This, again, like others mentioned above, can provide a source of passive income for investors while you sleep. Now, very quickly, here's 3 tips if you are looking to do this, as this may be your chosen route. Firstly, look for companies that have a history of paying dividends over a long enough period of time with a good track record. Secondly, potentially consider diversifying your portfolio as it spreads your risk. So essentially investing in different sectors or industries, for example. 3, reinvest those profits back into your dividends. Reinvesting those profits you made could also make you greater returns in the future due to compound interest and, of course, more passive income. Now, in terms of wanting to make really great returns from this, you're going to definitely need a fair bit of money. So please be mindful, this isn't going to get you out of your job unless, of course, you're sitting on a whole heap of cash and you've got hundreds and hundreds of thousands to invest. Now, before I close this, I really want to know what your favorite passive income ideas are. Drop them below and I'll meet you in the comments.
But yes, everybody can be rich.